Hello again, Heidi Lynn here from Harnessing Life. Today we're going to talk about how emotional abuse can impact and affect your brain and your body. Now, because of the nature of emotional abuse, it can have a tremendous effect on your brain, and as a result, your brain will affect your body. You'll have symptoms that are a result of the trauma and the stress that is caused from the emotional abuse in your brain. Some of those, I have a little cheat sheet. I always like to write things down because I want to give you the most comprehensive information that I can, and if it's all just coming from up here, it's impossible. so I wrote it down. But some of those feelings that you can have as a result of emotional abuse are denial. You could feel confused, or you could have fear, a lot of fear, or fear over specific things, specific experiences. You could also feel hopeless, shame, and guilt. Now, a lot of the emotions that go along with this trauma are very similar with other traumas. Because of the nature of abuse, a lot of different types of abuse are mixed together. So someone, may be physically abused, but they'll also be emotionally abused and mentally abused. Or, somebody would be economically abused, but at the same time, they're being emotionally abused or even sexually abused. So a lot of these kind of mix together, but for my purposes in these videos, I'm trying to break it up a little bit to be more specific, but there will be a lot of overlap between the different types of abuse that I'll be going over in the next several videos, just so that you're aware of that. How emotional abuse affects your body can be that you could have difficulty concentrating, you could be moody, you could have tension in your muscles in overall or in specific muscles. There's a lot of people who complain about tension in their neck or back problems, aches and pains in various areas of your body. You could also have nightmares, racing heartbeat, or various, I think I just mentioned this, various aches and pains. Some things that can't be explained by a doctor may be able to be explained when they understand that you've been through trauma because of the effects that stress has on your body. And I'm going to get a little bit more into how that stress affects your body in a subsequent video when I talk about economic abuse. But for now, we'll just leave it at that. Some of the longer term effects are, the ones that I just talked about can affect you, can be more of a short-term effect, but when they continue, the longer-term effect that is a result of those other things happening can be anxiety, chronic pain, guilt, a tremendous amount of guilt, insomnia, social withdrawal, loneliness, depression, and there's even been studies that show certain autoimmune diseases that are a direct result of trauma. Some say chronic fatigue syndrome, or fibromyalgia, or other types of disorders, diseases as well, which I find very interesting. Maybe you do too. Also, I did want to mention too, adults that are abused as children, they're more likely to develop several things. Eating disorders, headaches, heart disease, mental health issues, obesity, and substance use disorders. And a lot of this can be because of triggers from their childhood, things that they've associated with a particular memory, and they've associated a certain emotion with it. So, for example, when you're a child and your parents are constantly belittling you, then you can internalize the idea of shame and guilt, and you get the idea that I am bad. And so whenever something happens from someone else in your life later on as you're as an adult, when someone says something that you feel is belittling or that is very shameful, then you can automatically go back into that reaction of feeling, I'm bad. Something is wrong with me and something is bad about me, and that feeling leads to certain actions that you have established in your life. So sometimes the overeating, which is why it can lead to obesity. So you can have your reaction be overeating or extreme shopping or anything of that nature. And so we're going to unpack this a little bit more in subsequent videos, but for now, that's what I have to say about emotional abuse and how it affects your brain and your body. And feel free to like and share. I'll see you in the next video.